Yo guys, what is going on? Welcome back to another video, and this one is titled Jesus Taught Thankfulness, Most People Ignore It. So today we're going to get into not all things, something to do with thankfulness, and it's an essential skill to have. Without further ado, let's get into it. So why is this an essential skill for people to have? Now, this is something that Jesus teaches us to always do, to always be thankful in every situation and do not envy people. That is one of the 10 commandments. Don't envy your neighbor. So just always be thankful for what you are doing. So this ensures that we as Christians go through life as happy as possible. Now, is life about just being happy? No, but there's many layers to that. So this doesn't really mean you're going to be perfect at it after watching this video or after watching 100 videos on trying to be grateful. But that's not the goal. The goal is for you to slowly get better, implement things, and just be, in general, more thankful and grateful in life, which is what Jesus wants us to do. So the skill that I use, super simple, right, is for the next bit, I just want you to close your eyes just for 30 seconds. And now, what I want you to imagine is you literally have no arms. Yes, just imagine your arms fell off for some reason. Whatever it is, you have no arms. Close your eyes, actualize it. Now, think about what you can't do. You can't type on the keyboard, you can't drive properly, a lot of work and jobs you can no longer do. You can't itch your face, you can't hug your family, you can't text a loved one. Think about all the things you can't do just because you have no arms. Now, even pause the video, just imagine life going through a day, just for a minute. Sounds depressing, right? Then bam, you open your eyes, you come back to reality. How grateful are you for having arms now? So that's just one insanely small example you can do with like a million things in your life. You can do this about people in your life, any problems in your life. For example, I'll relate one to me, which is business is working slower than I could have imagined. Now, if business was never working as slow as it could have imagined, then I wouldn't have a business. So would I rather no business and no business problem? Of course not. So is the problem a good or a bad thing? That's how I want to really go through life now and just really take everything to be a grateful person. It is a very powerful thing to tap into when you're ungrateful for something, or you just, I wish I wasn't in this situation, but there's so many things you can tap into, I'm just saying. And really the point of this is to further limit your anger and your self-sorrow. So we feel that way too often, and as humans we are just generally negative, which is natural, but we need to snap out of it. We need to stop referencing people that we see, like our parents, people around us that just complain about everything. We as followers of Christ need to do better. It's always best when you catch yourself complaining at a red light, someone cuts you off, whatever it might be, whatever the first world problems are, it's always best to bring yourself back and just say, yes, at least I have a loving family, at least I have whatever it might be for you. There's a lot of strong things to have in life, which is if you've got Jesus, you've got everything. Never forget that one. Now, I'm going to basically end this off. It's more of a shorter video, but I'm going to end this off with 3 strong Bible verses, which is 1 Thessalonians 5:16-18. Rejoice always, pray without ceasing, give thanks in all circumstances, for this is the will of God in Christ Jesus for you. Now, it doesn't say try to be thankful. It literally says give thanks in all circumstances. So that doesn't mean give thanks when life is going well. It says give thanks in all circumstances. That is why it's important. Gratitude isn't pretending that everything is good, but it's really just choosing to see the good out of everything. Yes, it might be a tough situation you're in, but you always try to be grateful. The next one is when Jesus heals the leper. So Luke 17:15-19, which the key verse in this one is, then one of them, when he saw that he was healed, turned back, praising God with a loud voice. And then Jesus basically says, were not 10 cleansed? Where are the 9? So out of 10 people he healed, one leper returned to him. So gratitude is rare. It really is. You have to really intrinsically think about what you are doing to be grateful, to have gratitude, because if you let your fleshly desires take over, you're going to get angry at everything, the world's against you, and life isn't great. So what this point more relates to is people receive blessings daily, but you never pause to recognize them. Waking up, a beautiful one. Yes, we take waking up for granted because it happens every day. What if it didn't happen one day? Then basically everything's over. Are we grateful for the sun coming up? Are we grateful that we get to talk to our parents, our family members, whatever it might be? It's just simple stuff. Am I grateful I can go on my laptop and type? Am I grateful I can take the time out of my day to make a video, to educate people? It's the simple things in life. It really is. And the last one is Philippians 4:6-7. Do not be anxious about anything, but in everything by prayer and supplication with thanksgiving, let your requests be made known to God. And the peace of God, which surpasses all understanding, will guard your hearts and your minds in Christ Jesus. What does that mean? It just means not letting small things get to you. What I was saying, red light stuff. Just don't really be anxious about things in life. Just be thankful and God will take care of the rest. You really have to trust that. You have to believe that in your soul, no matter what situation you're in. You have to believe that on the other side is salvation. And even if it does not come in this world, it will come in the afterlife when you go in heaven. That's the type of mindset that myself, I'm not perfect at, but I'm working towards. I just need to trust Jesus in everything. That does not mean that I can just now step back, kick my feet up. It's all right. Jesus got me. That's it. I don't have to do anything. That's not what this means. You fully try, but you're more so relying on God than you are relying on yourself. So for example, in business, I will try every day. I'll wake up. I'll give it my best. But if God asks me to go a different direction, you're never going to be rich, stop doing YouTube, whatever it is, I would take that direction without hesitation, because that's what you need to do. But obviously it's one thing to say, another thing to do it. It would hurt me a little bit, but that's what we have to do. Basically, gratitude leads to inner peace in your soul. That's basically the power of the whole gratitude message. Is gratitude guards your heart, and it also just makes you a happier person in general. I just don't care about the little things anymore. I won't get pissed off about them. Family member says something, or I get 10 red lights in a row, whatever it might be. Yes, there might be a moment of anger. I'm not going to say that never happens to me, but I always catch myself out and go, just be quiet. You're so lucky. The fact that we can complain about things like red light, things about stubbing your toe or electricity being out, the fact that we can complain about things like that just proves in our life how lucky and spoiled we are. You just need to sit down and realize that in your brain and remember that every single day. So that is the end of this video. Nice and short one, but I hope you guys really learned something here. If you need any further information or help, feel free to comment, reach out to me on Instagram. I'm not too active on there, but I probably check it once or twice a day. I might be doing some other type of videos, maybe a vlog style. I like doing those maybe once or twice a month, but I'm trying to push out educational content every 3 days. I am behind, so I've got to push one today and tomorrow, so yippee. But it's good. I got the next video planned, which is how to hold loosely to things of this world. So I touched on that. If God asked you to go in a different direction, would you? And got some talking points there, but got to script that video out first, because I don't use AI for this really. I use it for inspiration, but I try to script out everything myself. And thank you guys for watching. Hope you have a blessed rest of your day. Remember, do the work daily and never forget God. Peace.